G'day everyone, my name's Mary O'Neill. I'm here for Honey on the Railroad with the beautiful Brooke Tomatich and Maddie Jackson Selectmen of NaSHEville.
NaSHEville.
Well, I'm so excited to have you guys here. What I wanted to first get into before we actually get into the brand and how it started was your friendship, because that, I think, at the core of it is what's going to keep this train going. So how did you guys first meet?
Well, actually, our very best friend in the world is our mutual friend.
Courtney, shout out to Courtney. She yells at us when we don't say her name, when we tell this story. No, they grew up together since y'all were what?
Our moms went to elementary together and been best friends.
Oh, that's false.
So we've been, best friends since we were born.
Okay.
And then she and I became good friends in college, but this all kind of stemmed out of Brooke's. It's Brooke's brainchild. I just hopped on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brooke, tell us what's going on in your brain.
Oh gosh.
Filter it.
I ran a network marketing business where I had over 25,000 people that I was working with.
Mm-hmm.
And then adoption came into my life and wrecked my whole world in the most beautiful way possible.
Right.
And I started just thinking, I can't live my life the same anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do anything where I can't wake up every day and advocate for this. The word that God kept on laying on my heart was she. And I didn't know what I was going to do with that, but I knew that I wanted some kind of gathering of hearts of all the women in Nashville. When you look in the Bible, it constantly, whenever it says to take care of orphans, it says to take care of widows. And so as our story evolves, you'll kind of see how God had his hand in all of this from the very beginning. But I just want kind of a movement and just kind of a social movement where we can just bring so many women from Nashville and all over beyond Nashville together and wear cute clothes. And not just start writing checks to these things, but actually be a community and actually be the hands and feet. So I met with this manufacturer who's really amazing. He said, this is all great. This name is amazing, because that was the first time I ever revealed it. I'm like, NaSHEville, here it is, the name. And he said, you've got to start a blog. That's number one. And I instantly was like, no, dun. Because I'm not a writer. Like, I would rather go live to say hey than write it. So that's when Courtney, shout out to Courtney again, said, Maddie's closing down her business and thinks that she should be in ministry and she has a writing degree. Just meet with her and see if she can help you with a blog.
Did you find that you prefer drinking wine as a hobby as opposed to running it as a business?
Yes, 100%. Yeah. No, I loved, like Brooke said, my degree is creative writing, and I love people, I love words, I love teaching. And honestly, the joy that I found from that, besides drinking free wine, was teaching people about it. And I just loved being in that environment. And I just kind of felt the Lord be like, this is time, and like had this huge urge to deep dive into scripture, because it's just, I was like, if I love teaching people about wine this much, like how much better would it be to teach them, the real truth and do it in a fun way that isn't
Over
like
a glass of wine.
Exactly. And
Hashtag Jesus drank wine.
Yeah, first miracle, man, and it's gonna be my last too. But anyway, I kind of felt all those things converge, and I had no idea how, but I knew that was the end of that season, and so we closed that down in June, the end of June. And so to close a chapter on that and know where my heart was leading, but have no idea what the road was gonna look like, was a little scary. But I was just like, you know what? I've tried to do all these other things in my life myself, and they've been great, and like he blessed me through them, but like I'm done making my own lane here. So anyway, at that point I had gotten married the previous October, and I just wanted time with Ben, and so we had this amazing, wonderful summer in my quote unquote first retirement from wine.
Awesome.
And just
From the wine
the
industry, not
Yeah.
from wine.
Not at all. No, absolutely not.
I just wanted
Cheers.
to check. Yeah.
We got a little lab puppy, like we went hunting, we went to the river, we traveled to the Bahamas, like we just did all the stuff we didn't have time to do before. And I was just like, I'm gonna cruise, I'm gonna take a few months off, and then this jerk calls me 2 weeks after we kind of get back from our vacation, and I just closed, and she explains kind of the premise of NaSHEville, and she was like, I don't know where to go with it, I just know I want to give back to orphans and widows. We're gonna do this clothing line so that people can, like, whether they're tourists or bachelorettes or they're Nashville natives or whatever, they can rep the city, everybody loves it, and it's just gonna get back, it's gonna help people. I need you to write a blog for me. Okay, I've always wanted to write, let's do it. I said, at the very least, I can do that. Let me take the weekend and kind of think and pray on it. And when I tell you, it was like God showed up with a big old neon sign that said, this is it, that is what happens. Here we are, and that was July, and we sort of were navigating, okay, like she said in the scriptures, orphans and widows, and then we kind of wanted to tack on a third mission to do with human trafficking, which we had, because it's such a pervasive problem in Nashville. I mean, it is everywhere, but it's such a hub here with the growth and I-40 running through. And what my husband did was he was an attorney for the DA's office, so he was the one actually in charge of dealing with the trafficking cases, and he just somehow developed this heart for it. Not that everyone doesn't have a heart for it, but I mean, he took them on and talked about them by name at home and made sure they were in programs and not being sent to prison where they would relapse and die.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's like, if y'all want to do this, all of the programs go through my office. Like, I'll put you in touch with my bosses who are just amazing, badass women. Like, they run that stuff and they take care of these women. So anyway, we got with them, and long story short, we set up our 3 missions.
Orphans, widows, and human trafficking.
Okay. Yep. And so we're gonna launch early October. We ended up launching end of October because my husband passed of a traumatic brain injury this past September. So that kind of in retrospect, I mean, it's very clear that God had already put this job and this mission and this company in place as really the biggest comfort that I have right now. It's just every morning I wake up, there's purpose to that pain, and it is quite literally to tell the story and be the voice of people who have lost, and just the wonder of that is what gets me out of bed in the morning. And so just what I want people to know more than anything is not I signed up for this after I lost him, but I signed up to be a voice for the hurt and the suffering, not knowing that I was gonna be that person. And it's just the way that God projects that, and just the blueprint he had, and me just being completely blind to it, and being prompted to really be strong and dive in and build the muscles of my faith is the biggest blessing in all of this. And it's just, that's why, the same way as her adoption is, that's why we want to be out there. I keep meeting women that are 25, 30, and that have dealt with this, and they just don't know where to go, because you think you're the only one, and my gosh, we're not with any of it until you are completely broken and you have nothing. You don't feel him in the way that you feel him. Like, it's like a blanket wrapped around me every day. And it doesn't, it doesn't change any of the pain or anything, but it gives hope and purpose and promise. And it's just all the little things and all the, influencers and the lifestyle, it just seems void. And so it's like, if we're gonna do this, if we're gonna take pictures and we're gonna collaborate with people and we're gonna wear awesome stuff and talk about how great Nashville is, it's gonna go back to a damn good purpose, giving people hope and giving back to the women who have no reason to find hope.
I'm kind of lost for words right now, seriously.
I didn't mean to go on that
so
soapbox,
sorry.
but it's
No, I'm really sorry for your loss. It says so much about you as a woman of faith, and just as a person in general, for being able to sit here and be able to turn what is such a tragic time in your life into something so positive to help other people, and for you to be there as support as well. And it's crazy how God works and how you don't see what's going on until it's happened later. I think that's the most beautiful, but tragically beautiful story I've ever heard.
No matter what people are going through, we hope that they see this brand and they know that they're not alone and that they can talk about it. And we want to give back, but we don't want it to always be tears and to always be hard.
Oh, yeah.
We want it to be fun. We want to come together and drink champagne and raise awareness for sex trafficking and orphans and widows. And we want to just have fun and know that we all have Jesus, and that's the best thing. So,
well, that's what I love about this brand too, is it's been nice, and I tell people, there's sort of this archaic association with giving back or serving or whatever, that you have to lose something, or it's a burden, or you have to, that it's laborious in some way. But it's like, all you have to do is wear the cool stuff that says Nashville's awesome, and tell people what we're doing, and share your story with them, and share your story with us, and create community and have fun. Like, just you can have fun and heal the world at the same time,
Absolutely.
and we should pause for everybody to look up laborious, what that means.
What does laborious mean?
Very labor intensive. Very labor
the
intensive.
right word of the day.
That's right.
Every single time you talk to her.
NaSHEville word of the day.
Laborious. It sounds like a
Sounds way cooler with your accent.
Hermione spell, doesn't it? Laborious, Leviosa.
It's the newest Harry Potter house.
Yeah.
Literally.
J.K. Rowling knows
Every
about
day.
it.
Anyway, so we're hoping to partner with, we're in the process of finding and outreaching to different high schools in and around the area, and just doing a fun event where they feel like they've got a night out on the town, and we'll have punch and snacks, and hopefully a panel of women of all ages who have gone through different things, and just say, hey, like, this is what love is, and it's not gonna look the same for everybody, and neither does beauty, but like, here we are, and y'all are beautiful, and you are loved, and like, just try to build them up and encourage them, and bring them into the NaSHEville movement, because it's all women everywhere.
That's fabulous. I love that. So how can people from other states get involved, purchase your products, etc.?
So we have a lot coming, so keep watching. But for now, we created this really cute hat. That's our she hat. So no matter what city you're from, you can rep it.
Isn't that cute, guys? I love that. Beautiful.
And most importantly, the reason why we even picked an apparel brand is you're a walking billboard, and this is getting conversation started. And we want to make sure all this would be for vain if we aren't getting the conversation started why we started it.
Okay.
So this
Do I keep the sticker on and be like Lena?
Yeah, so
I'm not cool enough to keep the sticker on.
yeah, so if you're not from Nashville, which I think is cool to even wear NaSHEville if you're not from Nashville, because it's such a brand, you know, Nashville's amazing, but this is how you can,
Oh yeah.
yes, look how cute.
Perfect. Okay, love it, guys. Make sure you get
There you go.
online and go and grab a hat. So, girls, I'm going to finish this up with some Australian trivia and jokes. What is the highest grossing movie ever in Australia? Do you want a hint?
Yeah.
It's not Crocodile Dundee.
It is!
Yes!
It is!
Nailed it.
Why did the wombat cross the road?
You have to guess.
Oh my gosh, wombat across the road.
To see his flatmate.
That's the best one.
Well, girls, it has been such a pleasure having you here. I can't
we're
wait
so
for
thankful.
absolutely. I'm so excited for everybody to jump on board and get involved and to see what happens with you guys in the future. So thank you.
We're excited about the new year.
Yay! Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.